Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Brown from the Attleboro Public Library. Today I'm going to show you our January 2022 first craft of the year. It's going to be a take and make kit to make a snowy owl. If you would like to reserve a free kit of materials, then you can contact us at attleborokids@salesinc.org, or you can give me a call at 508-222-7820. We will be glad to put a kit of materials aside for you. You may already have these materials at home, and if you do, then you can find the written instruction sheet on our website, and you can watch this video on our YouTube page. If you do decide to reserve a free kit of materials, inside you'll find the instruction sheet, you'll find a large pine cone, you'll find some cotton balls, and you'll find a baggie of felt scraps, and there's also a couple of Google eyes in here. So be careful when you open the bag that the Google eyes don't fly out and they get lost. From home, you're going to need some kind of strong glue. Like I use this Craft Tacky Glue when I made mine, but you could use a glue gun. If you do that, make sure your adult is aware of it because they get hot. You're going to need some scissors, and you may or may not want a Sharpie. We'll get to that part in just a minute, and you can decide if you want to use the Sharpie or not. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to stuff your cotton balls into your pine cone. Now, the instructions say you need about 15 cotton balls, but I ended up buying the jumbo cotton balls, so really everybody's got about 10 or 12 of them, and that's more than enough to fill this pine cone. You're going to take your cotton ball, and you're going to rip it into smaller pieces, and you're going to stuff the fluffy pieces in between the spaces of the pine cone. You can make it as fluffy as you would like, but you just keep going with your cotton ball, tearing off pieces and putting it in between the pine cone spaces. So when you're all done, fill up your whole pine cone as fluffy as you would like. You're going to end up something like this. See how I put all the cotton in between all the spaces on my pine cone? Got the pointy part up, the flatter part down, and I just started stuffing them in. The next thing you're going to do when you open your felt scrap bag, being careful of the Google eyes, you'll see a bunch of different colors. You're going to want to cut out some wings for your snowy owl. I've cut out some here. They're kind of teardrop shape, smaller at the top and an oval and a round. If you wanted, now is the time to use your Sharpie and just make little marks on your wings. If you want to, you don't have to. It's totally up to you. It's your craft. So cut out this tear shape. You're also going to want to cut some small circles. The circles you're going to use to mount your Google eyes on. So for me, it's easier to start with a large circle and then work my way down. So I tend to cut out large circles and then I just trim the edges. However you want to do it, whatever works for you. You could also, if you find that trying to cut a small circle out of felt is a little difficult, then you could use paper for this part. Whatever works for you. I just like to start with a big circle and cut it down until it's small. Now make sure you don't make it too small because you're going to mount your eyes on them. See how I can see some of the paper behind the Google eyes? Now we are going to start gluing. You're going to glue the Google eyes onto the circle. You're going to take the wings and glue it onto your pine cone. When you're all finished, I have this. I made a little black beak here with some, I just used some construction paper, but you could also use some felt if you wanted. See how my wings, I've got the bigger part up here and the smaller part down here. I made some lines on my wings and I mounted my Google eyes onto the colored paper. When you are gluing the wings, the eyes, if you decide to make a beak, when you're gluing that, make sure you glue it to some of the brown parts of the pine cone. So leave a little bit or push the cotton ball aside and glue it to some of the brown part. Because if you just glue it to the cotton, then if the cotton falls off, the eye will fall off or the wing will fall off because the cotton's just kind of stuck in between. So when you're gluing, glue to some of the pine cone itself rather than the fluffy cotton filling. I would love to see pictures of your snowy owls. So if you get a chance, take a picture, email it to me, and we can put it up on our Facebook page. I hope you enjoy this snowy owl craft. I really think it's appropriate for January. We'll start to see some more snow and maybe we'll see some owls. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.